to ISE, Organizational Behavior, Managing People. We are here at Las Ramblas in Barcelona. I brought you here because we're going to be focusing in this part of the specialization in this course on people. And as you see here at Las Ramblas, there are many of them. Many people are enjoying their free time, but also many people are working. You see shops, restaurants, all kind of activity is going on here. And this is exactly the thing we want to understand in this course. Why do people act as they do? And how can we understand that and maybe influence that in the context of our organizations? So the one thing you have to remember about people is people have a perverse tendency to behave as human beings. This is in fact a quote of a very famous management scholar, Peter Drucker. It implies that people are not machines. People may act in very different ways than what we want or what we think they will do. And they may seemingly do things for all kind of rational or irrational or emotional reasons. Have you wondered, for example, why does it seem that people are working for very different reasons, even when they're working in the same organizations? Or why some leaders seem to be so much more effective in what they do than others? Or why the one team works very well, whereas your other team is a very frustrating experience? Or why things in the one organization seem to be going so well and in a very specific way, when in another organization people seem to be doing all the things in a very different way? These are the type of questions that we're going to address. So we're going to focus specifically on the behavior of people in organization. In fact, in a minute, we'll be entering in one of the restaurants here at Las Ramblas, and we're going to be looking at this restaurant, how we can understand the people and why they work as they do. We have 4 overall topics in this course. The first is going to be motivation. In this part, we want to understand why people act as they do. In the second part, we're going to be focusing on the topic of leadership. Why are some people leaders when others are not? Why are some leaders very effective and goal-oriented when others are not? In the third topic, we're going to be focusing on teamwork. So here we're going to understand how small groups of people working together to achieve a common goal, what is happening in these teams, who should be in the team, what are they doing, how can we understand why some teams are more effective than others. And then in the final part, we're going to be focusing on culture. Culture, simply put, is the way people do things. And we're going to be focusing both on the cultures of organizations, and also we're going to touch upon our national cultures, so some differences between countries and cultures. So with that, let's go to the restaurant and see what's happening there. So we just entered here, this restaurant just on Las Ramblas in Barcelona, La Dolce Vita. And what we want to know, what we really want to understand in this course is about the people who work here. In the other courses of this specialization, you have already learned how to read and establish a balance sheet, how to make sound financial decisions, and even how to work with and attract your customers. But what we do need to know, if we really want to understand how an organization is working, is about the people. Why do they work here? What do they like? What do they get out of their work? So we just entered this restaurant, and let's see if we can talk to some of the employees to better understand them.
So I love working in La Dolce Vita because it's one of the best restaurants here in Barcelona. Also because I'm paid fantastic. And as the maitre d', I'm the gatekeeper. I handle, all the important people, the VIPs, and I get to meet them. I control where they sit. On the flip side, you get to meet like really difficult people with insane requests, but they tip fantastic. So for me, that's perfect.
Hi. Yes, of course. I love working at La Dolce Vita. It's a great place to work. We have a great team here. We have lots of fun. There's different guests coming every day. It's never a dull moment. I'm just here for the fun of it. Really, I cannot imagine a better place to work. La Dolce Vita, yeah, you have to come. Have a table. Sit with us. It's a great place to work.
Okay, so I work at this restaurant, which is my family business, and my father started this business here in Barcelona, and this belongs to my family since 2 generations, and for me it's a pleasure. I wake up with a smile because I know that I go and work for this restaurant, which is basically my family legacy. Probably my son will work there too, so I'm really happy, and for me it's an honor to continue this tradition.
Managing a restaurant, it's not an easy task. You have to worry about the finance health of the restaurant, you have to worry about your staff, and also you have to worry about the customers. So in order to manage your team in a better way, you have to look for the best motivation for them. For example, I know that Tim, he's a tips addict. On the other hand, Ivana, she just worries a lot about people. Things in Dolce Vita are not always that dolce. Sometimes we get to struggle with people, with customers, and also because this is a family restaurant, you have to worry about the family too. And the family, they also have different ways to be motivated. So you have to know them in order to know what to tell them and how to motivate them, how to get things done. For your team to work, you have to trust your team. You cannot go there and tell them what to do. You just have to trust them and bring the best out of them. That's the best way to handle the restaurant business.